You like that song?
Yeah, that's cool.
Marley love hearing her voice on YouTube.
Hey.
What's going on? What's going on? Oh man.
Good evening.
Hey, hey.
How you doing? My bad.
Good.
I'm over here jamming out. My bad.
Oh, you
Vi-
definitely you went
Good. I
there.
was jamming too.
Why? You went there.
Hey, my bad.
You went
Hey,
there,
what's going
bro.
on, everybody? Hey, hey, I was moved. Man, what's going on? I was attempting to try to share this bad boy out, but I'm like, hey, I don't want to press on nothing and be gone, so I'm just gonna sit here and be patient.
Don't go
We gonna be all
nowhere.
right.
Don't go
Don't go nowhere.
anywhere. Good evening,
Nope.
everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Elevated Power Book Club. Come on. I am your girl, your host, the queen with the most. No, I'm just playing.
Come on.
Queen Z, Darriah Z Springfield, my boy, Sam, the Archer Almighty Weber. Hey, Oklahoma
Yes,
in the
yes, yes,
house.
yes.
Got the beautiful Queen Lachrisa Dupree from Oklahoma. We doing the
Hey,
QTNA with her tonight. Okay.
Hey.
Hey, y'all do me a
hey,
favor.
what's going
Everybody
on?
share, okay? Everybody like, share, love, share, tag somebody. If y'all watching it later, hashtag replay. Let us know that you rocking with us. We're on Facebook and we're on YouTube. YouTube is the power within Shy. Okay, I see y'all. Make sure y'all talking to us and everything. There you go. Start speaking in them comments. How y'all doing?
That part. For real, for real. Don't be no strangers. Don't act like y'all new to this. Come on, man. Just get on out there. Share this on out to your favorite group, man, on the Facebook. Hey, show some love. Let's go. We here to elevate today. So we got a great book here we're gonna talk in. We're gonna tap into right here. We're
Yes.
gonna get Lachrisa Dupree's version. She's gonna give her story on what she's growing through. So yep, I'm looking forward to this one. We've been talking about this one for a minute. So yep, sharing is caring, everybody. So press that
Yes,
little
sir.
button and share that mug on out to whoever you see is online, so they can pull on up over there and enjoy this one. It's a long time coming.
Long time coming.
Long time coming. Lucretia, what we call old faithful back in the day.
Okay.
Lucretia been rocking with us for a while, just waiting patiently for her
Uh,
turn. Like for real, she's been rocking with us for a while. Let me
Lay
find.
back in the
yes, yes,
cut.
yes,
Oh,
yes.
yep.
Yep. Today is the day. How you been? How's everything been going your way, Lucretia?
It's been amazing. It's been amazing. I've been through some storms, but we all go through them. But I'm coming out
No
on the
doubt
other
that is.
side. So I'm doing well.
That's always that's always great to hear. That's always great to hear. Let me know whenever you're ready to dive in, Z. We don't like to waste people's time. We
Nah,
like to
we
go
ready.
and dive in, swish.
We ready.
Dive in, swish on this.
Let's start with the book. Sam, I didn't mean to cover you up like that, bro. But
Nope, take your time.
go
Take your
ahead,
time,
Lucretia,
sis. I ain't
and
tripping.
introduce, like, tell us about this project that you were a part of, so nobody gets confused because your name not on the front. Go ahead and let them know what's going on.
Okay, so this is called Unmasking the Pain of Your Trauma Wounds to Become. And it was produced by my pastor, actually, and it's 12 women sharing their brave stories about just their trauma and what they went through and how they overcome, and some things that they went through in order to get healed. So it deals with divorce, and just different things. So it like in 2020, when the pandemic happened, is when we started this. And at first I didn't want to be a part, because most of us don't want to tell what happened to us, when we were younger. But my pastor, she's a purpose pusher, and she wanted to make sure that we were first time authors. So it's just us telling our stories of some pain and things that we went through in life, and how we went through and how we came out on the other side. So 12 amazing, beautiful women. And just I haven't read every story, you guys, yet, but I'm on the brink of it. It's just an amazing book. It's just an amazing book to help women heal, basically, is what it is.
Yeah, I
Because
think
I'm
that's
sure that
pretty
somebody is going to relate to somebody, in some way. One of these stories is going to touch someone's life.
Absolutely. And I understand Sam always says, you grow through. I'm like, well, I'm going through some stuff. Nah, he be like, nah, says you growing through some stuff. So I can definitely see like how this book of 12 women coming together to explain or shed a little light on some things that they have grown through to get to where they are today to become. So
Absolutely.
we're definitely interested in the snippet of your story and the things that you've grown through. So the floor is yours. We're going to give you the opportunity to tell us a little bit about who Lachrisa is. Okay, who was she, and who did she become? Okay.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Um, so, this starts out in my childhood. So, most people, they don't like to share things that happened to them, like I was saying. But as a child, I was molested, um, and just kind of drug through the mud. I would say, from abuse to verbal abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, and I it's kind of touchy for me,
Take your
but
time.
It's
Take your
okay.
time. Take
Yeah.
your time. Yeah, I
basically.
was like, yeah, that's why. Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I was about to say, take your time. I didn't want you to rush this because this is
Yeah.
your moment. And I read it, and like I told you, I mean, I didn't want to read everyone other women's stories just because of what you said in your story, and I was like, woo. So it was a lot. So take your time and share as much as you want to share.
Okay, well, to me it started when I was in my mother's womb. um I'm very spiritual, and the enemy didn't want me to be here. I was born with two pin-sized holes in my heart, um which my parents had to deal and go through that. um and I had a long road of recovery. At 2 years old, when I was born, I had the holes in my heart, and then I had to have surgery, but I had to be strong enough in order for the doctors to operate on me. Um, and so after I healed from that, my parents separated. And being that young, you don't know what that means. But as I got older, um, my mom, she met a guy, and they began dating, and everything was very good in the beginning. I mean, like, he was a father figure to me, and I was happy to have that. Um, and then things weren't so. He was an alcoholic. Things weren't so good after a couple of years. When I was about 4 years old, he began to give me baths, right? And in those moments, like, he would wash me, and just I would be uncomfortable. He would touch me in a way that I did not feel comfortable at all.
Mm.
And so as a young girl, when you go through things like that, it causes you to be insecure. And that's some things that that made me become an alcoholic. It made me want to like stray away from men. It made me not feel beautiful. It made me just a different person all the way around. I'm not going to get into too much of, some details because you guys going to have to read, buy the book so you can.
Right, that part.
Right, that part
That
for real.
part.
Like, yeah.
So you can know. But basically, the things that I went through, the molestation, the abuse. Um, I'm the oldest of five kids, right? And my mom, she worked three jobs, to take care of us. So I was like the mom figure in my family. So I was changing diapers. I was um cooking at 6, 7 years old. So I became, a mother in my childhood. And it felt like I was living my life kind of backwards. I was a mother at a young age, and then which I don't have any children, and that's probably why, because I was like, I changed diapers way back then, and did all that. So I'm not wanting to do that as I get older. Um, been through a lot. Uh, the molestation was very tormenting to me. I um I I was scared for my life, really. This man used to sleep under my bed. I would be scared to, go to the restrooms late at night. I would um pee in the bed, out of fear. And it was just so horrible. And as you read my story, some of the details will probably just shock you. Whenever people
Yes.
started reading my story, they were like, I can't believe that you went through all of those things, but my now as I've gotten older, I found out that what I went through was going to help someone else. I didn't know that because I've always wanted to write a book. God was always telling me, you're going to write a story. You have a scribe anointing on your life. But I never did believe it because I lived in so much fear. I never wanted to get out and tell my business to anybody. You know, us as younger people, we never want to tell our story. We never want to tell our business. But my pastor, she pushed me. She's like, you know, you have to get it out. You have to get it out to heal. In order to heal, you have to tell your story. You know, and I'm telling you, I fought it with everything I had. I'm like, I'm not gonna do this. I don't want the world to know, what happened to me. But she explained to me that's the way you heal from it. If you get it out, you talk about it. Um, that's one of the ways that you heal. And I'm the type of person that I never ever wanted to go to counseling. I mean, when I tell you, I don't want to tell somebody that something is wrong with me. You know, whenever I was growing up, I've tried everything. This situation that happened to me, I used to strip. I was a gangbanger. Um, some of the most unimaginable things that I did. I was promiscuous. I tried to treat men like they treated women. Um, just crazy stuff. I try to reverse the roles. You know, eh, how men treat women, that's how I used to treat men. And when I tell you I was promiscuous, that's what happens when you have insecurities about yourself, right? The insecurities came from the molestation, not feeling like I was pretty, not feeling like that I was good enough, not feeling like that I could do anything. It just pushed me back so far in life. It didn't make me feel good about myself. And I reached out for vices. An alcoholic for 25 years. And when I tell you an alcoholic, I mean an alcoholic. I would wake up drinking. I would go to bed drinking, you know, just to try to bury the things that happened to me. So I didn't have to, I didn't want to feel anything, just to make me numb. And as you read my story, you'll understand the reason why that I did that. Um, it was a lot. It was a lot. But I whenever this abuse was happening, I ran to my grandmother. I felt like there was nobody that could help me. This man told me that he would kill my entire family if I told anybody. So I ran to my grandmother, and as a getaway, I moved with her. I moved all the kids with her. My mom stayed in the relationship for a couple of months. And then finally, she came with us. I told her, I said, now listen, I'm going to take these kids and we're going to go because I can't let them hurt like this. We can't live like this anymore. And then the worst thing could have happened to me in 1993 when I graduated high school. My grandmother passed. So that's when all the alcohol began. And that's when I really lost a part of me. When she passed away, I lost a part of myself. And I did everything to try and cover up, the wounds and how I felt. I tried to bury everything with alcohol. I tried to just basically not remember anything. And I began to strip. Wasn't me. I was such a good kid in school. I made straight A's in high school. I was on the honor roll, captain of my drill team, captain of the Major Red. I was on the drill team. I just did so well in school. I was always trying to go to the events so I could stay away from home. And so me being in high school and doing all these things, whenever I got out and I was like, I'm grown, the stripping began and all of this because I was so insecure and I'm thinking I can make fast money, and it was just a vice, for me to try to feel beautiful. I'm thinking, if I go out here and dance, and people, I can get attention like this, the attention that I didn't receive, a different type of attention. But little did I know that it would cause me, I would get followed home from the club and just things that you wouldn't not even believe would happen to me. Um,
Now wait, Lachrisa,
yes.
what with the trauma and the things that you were going through, I know you said that you were able to run to your grandma. Did you ever tell anyone what was happening?
I never told a soul, because this man threatened me. I didn't want to tell because I was scared. I was scared for my life. I was scared for their life. So I kept everything to myself. Um, I don't know if that's the best decision that I could have made. And I want to say my pastor, she was my childhood best friend. My pastor now that pushed me into this book. So she knew something was going on, but she didn't know the depth of it. She didn't know, exactly what it was. Because, he was the man was very abusive. And my pastor used to come to my house, like my childhood pastor used to come to our house and kind of, be a mediator through the situations that we used to have to go through. But never, ever, never, ever wanted to tell anybody. I was so afraid. And I just kept it all, I kept it bottled up for so many years. And that's what caused me to go out here and just do, the unthinkable. Trying to get attention, trying to get the type of attention that I didn't get, as a child growing up.
Yeah, one of the things you said was that basically you grew up too fast. because of
Way too fast.
what happened
Way too fast.
to you. And I think that this happens a lot in families, and it's not being addressed because the child is scared, or not necessarily just afraid of what the person will do, but afraid of what family would even say. And you don't. I just want to know, like, when you decided to leave and take your siblings, and your mom stayed for those months, was there any resentment towards her? Like, did you look at her differently for staying when you decided to take your siblings?
Um, I was so young. It was like fight or flight for me. I'm going to tell you a situation that did happen prior to us going to my grandmother's house. Me and my brother, he used to beat on my mom so much. And me and my brother one day, and we were like, now that I'm tired of this. We're going to, stop this. I had my baton and he went and got a skillet. He was, the man was beating my mom, and we literally like went to work on him. We knocked him unconscious. This man got up and he got his shotgun and he started shooting at us. And his dad lived right around the corner from us. And they literally had a shootout. And then that's when I knew it was time to go. It was too much. I couldn't handle it anymore. So just taking them, it was for the safety of us. It was for us to be able to survive. So, my survival skills just came into place because I didn't resent her, because I think she was scared as well. She was scared to leave because of all the abuse that had happened. But I'm glad that she finally came to her senses.
Okay.
And my grandmother, she wasn't she wasn't nothing to play with either. He tried to come down after that whenever my mom moved. And they literally had a shootout as well. So I've been through
My Lord.
so much, gun violence in my lifetime.
Wow.
Yeah.
I read that part. Let me tell you,
Hey,
it wasn't. It's not funny, but the way you
no.
described it, it was almost comedy. Like, what I just saw was like it happening in a movie. Like, no, this can't be real. And that was the part
Unbelievable.
when you said no one would believe what really happened. And you like, we were running. I started dragging my brother,
I
trying to
did.
get him,
Felt
and
the
bullets.
bullet before my face,
I'm
then,
like,
right? I'm
I
just
could
like,
feel it on my hair.
whoa, 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 what? And then you like, okay, we got to his father's house, and his father was like, let's go. Like,
Let's go.
shootout.
They had a shootout, and we had this big long driveway, right? So it was like literally he was at the top of the hill, and my stepfather was at the bottom where the house was, and they were shooting at each other. And I'm just like, I mean, didn't know what to do, what to think. You
yeah,
know,
that.
Oh, man.
that that just like a movie. It was like a movie. Like when I'm telling you, I believe that my life could be a movie. When I tell you, I'm writing another book, and it's going to be my whole life story. And when I sit back and think of the things that's happened to me, um, so much,
That's
so much,
crazy.
so much.
Yeah. I just can't even. I say, I'm just like, once you read it, you be like, what? Not the same woman that I've been, super nice and all this. Like, just you never know what somebody grow through, man. This is one of them cases, man.
I
So it's
love how you
really,
say grow
man,
through, because that's what
man,
I
you get
did. I went through it, but I'm growing through it now.
Yeah.
Like I told you, I never wanted to go to counseling, right? And since I've been going to counseling, so much healing has taken place.
Mm-hmm.
Just to be able to talk to somebody about what happened to you is unleashing to become
Yeah.
a better version of you. Um, was it 2019? God was pressing on me. He's like, you need to start this prayer
prayer
closet. I
closet.
always wanted to start one.
I bookmarked that per closet. I did want to bring that October 2019 up. I wasn't gonna call out those dates, but since you brought it on up,
Right.
talk to us about that prayer closet, because I did bookmark that. I was like, I want us to bring that up. So
Oh
that's a
my
perfect
goodness. So
segue
one
into that.
day I went to go pour me a glass of Crown Royal, right? Um
This is water, by the way, people. No.
Mine is water too.
Uh,
Oh my
my
God,
oh
my
God.
happy
man,
place. My happy place. My happy.
right?
God had been dealing
Oh
with me
man.
about starting a prayer closet. And I'm just like, what am I gonna do praying? I mean, I was in church. I was the only one that went to church when I was little just to escape from home. But I'm like, God, I don't even know how to pray. You know, what do I do? But one day I was sitting around, I poured me a glass of Crown, and I went to pick it up to drink it, and my whole mouth was just fire. My hand was on fire. I dropped the cup and it broke on the ground. And I'm just like, what is this? This has never happened to me. I could not believe, and I was so scared at that point. I didn't want to drink anything else. I'm not fixing to pour me another glass. This is on a Saturday night. The next day, I went to church, and I'm sitting at the back of the church. Well, probably in the middle, minding my own. The preacher calls me out, and he's like, "Yeah, you need to come up here for prayer." I'm like looking around. Oh, no, 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 not me. And he's like, "Yeah, you." So I went up there, he prayed for me, and he started just telling my whole life, like, you don't have to live in fear anymore. The things that happened to you when you were a child, you know, you don't have to go through anymore. And I'm just like boo-hooing, and he just puts me out in the Holy Ghost. I don't even know how long I was down there. I got back up, sat on the front row. Service continues, right? He calls me up again. He's like, Miss Dupree, God's not finished with you. And called me back up praying for me. And I got laid out again. I think through the whole service I was laid out. Right? I get in my car just not believing what had just happened to me. It just seemed like my whole life shifted, after that prayer. I went home and I cleaned out my entire closet. I had 2 closets in my room. I cleaned out my entire closet. I went to Ross and I started buying stuff, just inspirational things just to hang up on my wall. God would wake me up at 3:00 in the morning. And the first day I was like, what do I do? I don't know how to pray. I don't know where to begin, and then he brought in my mind, just put on some worship music. And that worship music turned into me reading my Bible, and that reading my Bible turned into me having the words to say. He gave me the words to say, to pray. And then my family thought I was crazy, because ain't no way you could just switch up like that, right? So they were thinking that I was
Girl,
crazy.
you went from the crown to the cross. They
To
was
the crowd. You hear me?
They was trying to figure out what.
It happened immediately.
Listen,
It
and
happened
the Bible
suddenly.
suddenly, huh?
And suddenly.
Do not
Suddenly.
do not collect $200.
Listen, go straight to the closet. Nah.
And I would
Straight
be
to the cross.
I would be in this closet from when I'm telling you 3 and 4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, God, what is going on here? I would be in there for hours, 2 or 3 hours, and I would have to get up and go to work. And I was like a zombie for like forever. And I wanted everybody to come with me. Now, this is the crazy part. When I got saved, I wanted everybody to come with me. I think that's why they thought I was crazy. I'm inviting everybody to church. Just trying to, not correct them, but basically telling them, you guys want this life right here that I have now, because I felt so much peace. When I was in that closet, I felt I was at peace with myself, with my situation. It was just
Somebody said she for real, for real. Trav Jackson. You know who that is?
Who?
Trav Jackson.
Oh yeah, he knows.
He said she for real, for real. You
Listen,
must
he
have
probably
invited
seen a
him.
Uh,
he's seen a side of me, you know. Yeah, he's seen a side of me, my alcoholic side. I was a
Mhm.
fighter. You know, I was a fighter. I was crazy as ever. Tried to
I
gang
came a
bang.
long
I
way.
didn't know what I was doing. And people today, they're like, I can't believe that you used to do all that. I'm like, yes, I did. Yes, I did. But this closet situation had turned into me praying for people. I would get up and I would send them voice clips on in their inbox, you know, all the time. I'm just like growing in God. And it scared me, you know, because I'm like, God, how can you change me, you know, just that fast? I just I was just in disbelief. I'm thinking my daddy probably thought I was worshiping the devil or something. um, because I
That's
changed. I
funny.
mean, the change was just so suddenly, like you said, Queen. The it was just it was unbelievable. When I'm telling you, I was in that closet. I would be in there in the morning time. I would be in there late at night when I got off. My life completely changed, and I couldn't believe what was happening to me. I could not believe what was happening to me. And I'm telling you, God is amazing, and He heals the worst of us, and He will do it for anybody. If He's done it for me, He will do it for anybody, because I never thought that I could change like that. I mean, and I would be walking around like a zombie because I'm praying, and then I in this closet, and then I would work 10 hours a day, and I'm just like didn't get any sleep at all.
Mm.
But that taught me how to pray, and that helped me with this book. I started making vision boards, and you know, on my vision board that year for 2020, I put in, you know, writing a book. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to do that. That's not going to happen. And lo and behold, even though I didn't write my own book, I had a chapter in one.
Mhm.
So it's been an amazing
Hey, it's a
journey.
start.
Amazing journey. And you see my shirt, I'm still standing. No matter all them things that happened to me, I'm still here and I'm still standing.
Yes.
You know, just I'm blown away about how he's changed my life. Because it wasn't me. If it was my choice, I probably would have still been trying to drink. I probably still now listen, I've had a couple of relapses, but I tried to hold strong. And those of Travis, you know, watching me, he knew he's seen me. He's seen me trying to fight and do some crazy stuff. But God will change your situation. He will change your whole situation if you let him. And I'm so ready. I'm writing my next book. Did you guys buy this one
I,
first?
I,
And
I
then
was just about to say because I was
Tell
like,
us.
you know, I was like, what's next? That was my question before you start talking about the new book and all that stuff. So,
What
what is next
next?
for Lachrisa? Because you
Not
just
just
this
the book,
journey, this here.
but the ministry too. What's next?
Um, so what I do now is I go on Wednesdays, which I usually be out today, and I feed homeless people. I've been a giver all my life, even through my addiction, even through everything. I've always been a giver, and I've always wanted to help people. So what I do on Wednesdays is I go out and I feed the homeless, and that is my passion. That is, I love to help people. And I would love to start a 501c for young girls to help them through the things that I went through, you know, so they don't have to do that. Get them like at 12 years old, um, and just basically help them. But I am writing my next book. It's going to be my life story. Um, I've been I don't do it as much as I need to between work and everything. And also, I will be having a food truck pretty soon. Because cooking has been my passion ever since I was little, because that's the first thing really that I learned how to do. So, I would definitely be having a food truck coming out soon, as well as a book and whatever else God has for me to do. I'm just, you know, I'm just a willing vessel. So,
Yes. Well, keep me
I feel that.
posted.
I about to say, I was just about to say, so you said food truck, and that's when
Right.
my attention went to that. So I put an asterisk. So I'm like, so what kind of food? I mean, we know you putting out novels, you putting out books and stuff. So what kind of food you gonna have on this truck?
Some
That's
good
what
Right.
I'm
old
talking about.
soul
What you
food.
think?
Good old soul
Okay.
food. You know, something that, you know, that'll warm your soul.
Yeah, because I used to stand outside for Bobos in Oklahoma. So,
Hey, that part.
my
I was,
Okay.
college days, I used to set an alarm, baby. I didn't club or nothing. So I used to set the alarm to get up and go stand outside with the clubbers to get me some Bobos. Am I lying,
uh,
Sam?
hey,
Boy,
she not lying on
go to
that. She
sleep
not
with
lying
honey
on
on
that.
my
Them bobos
fingers.
be
So
slanging.
I will go someplace for some good.
I know about some Bobos. I've been there. I already know.
Uh-huh.
Hey, we all
I'm
I'm
been
just,
there before.
I'm
it's
just
gonna be
saying.
I haven't got my complete menu together, but I'm talking about like some greens, some macaroni and cheese, maybe some oxtails, you know, neck bones.
I'm gonna have to come
Um,
check you out. You know, y'all Oklahomans think y'all can throw down. You know, I'm a Chi-Town gal. You know, we got.
well, listen here. This girl been cooking since she was 6 years old, so I know a
Mhm.
little bit around the
You got
kitchen.
me beat by 2 years. I was 8, but it's cool.
And I've been in the restaurant industry. I've been
I've
in the
been in the
restaurant.
eating industry for 30 years. The
She
eating
said, I've been
industry.
eating for 30 of them. Ain't that it? You off the chain. Hey, I'm just saying, you heard it here first, baby. I'm
That is
definitely
so
trying to taste test
funny.
it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
We'll definitely get
Sam, he's been to one of my restaurants, and I take pride in what I
yes,
do.
ma'am. Yep.
I do.
Yes, she does.
I don't mean to brag, but probably one of the cleanest stores.
Mm.
One of the cleanest stores. I'm a general manager at CC's Pizza, and I take pride in my job. I take pride in what I do. So it's only right that I open up my own truck.
Yes, I'm here for it. Just let me know, cause
Oh,
I owe
Like
Oklahoma a visit. Okay,
okay.
I owe
hey,
Oklahoma a visit.
like I told her, I wasn't gonna drop none of her info. She said it. So since she already put it out there,
Right.
she ain't lying, y'all. Like I said, it was a pandemic, and I don't eat places because of that. But once you pull up and you see her masked up and she got her cleaning supplies, and ain't nobody, and ain't nobody, you like ain't nobody been in the store, but she's scrubbing it.
And I
So
ain't one of those people. I'm
you
not
know
one
it's
of those
clean.
people, no, one of those bosses that I'm pointing fingers at people. I'm in there with them. I'm,
Yeah.
making sure that we have this stuff clean, that we have a clean environment. I take pride in it. So I'm ready for this food truck, and I'm ready, to venture out on my own, because you can work for other people, but there's nothing like entrepreneurship. Um, Kind of scary, but I think, with God, all things are possible. And I
Yeah.
know, I know that this is where he's leading me to. So, best-selling author.
Speak it, claim it, walk in it, write in
Okay,
it,
okay.
huh?
I know that's
Right.
Yes,
right
and
now.
then food truck coming soon.
Yeah. So I'm just happy, one that you have been a part of our humble beginning, Elevated Power Book Club.
Message, message,
So
message.
I think from I don't know about days, but weeks into it, I'm sure.
not around, yeah, you was at the beginning. But it's just like humbling that we can all start somewhere together, and to see that you are still on your journey, and that
Yes,
you're still becoming
I'm still
becoming
becoming.
the entrepreneur, become
Come
so
on.
understanding that, and this is for anybody that's tuning in, understanding that even through your story, where I may not have grown through the same things that you've grown through, I can relate to the struggle of having to grow through pain. Like, you cannot let the pain like keep you stagnant. So I'm happy that you are an overcomer, which you call yourself in the book, and that you are becoming greater through God. So I definitely appreciate your story, and I appreciate you.
I appreciate your guys' platform, and I'm going to turn my pain into power.
Yeah.
My pain is going to be turning my pain into power.
That
Because all the struggles,
part.
everything that I've been through has made me the woman that I am today. If I didn't go through those things, I don't feel that I would be that strong. I've always been strong, but this new level of strength every struggle that I've been through, I thank God for them. You know, even in my mess, you know how they say you go through a test for a testimony, and I have a testimony, and I know that all the pain that I've endured, everything that I've been through, like I'm turning my pain into power, and hopefully I'll be able to affect lives. And like I said, I just touching young women, maybe to speak on some platforms and let young women know, even though that you've been through some things, you can still overcome them, no matter what you've been through.
Absolutely. Lachrisa, you have any final thoughts besides that one? Tell the people where they can connect with you at.
Um, I'm really not on social media platforms like that. I do have an Instagram. It's Lachrisa Dupree. My TikTok is Lachrisa Dupree. I don't get on those very much. But I'm on Facebook, Lachrisa Dupree. You guys inbox me, get a book. Because one of these stories could touch you. Buy it for your brother, your sister, your auntie. Just get a book and then be looking out for my next one. Because it's a divine assignment, and I know I have to do it to help somebody else. And I would tell anybody, it does not matter where you used to be. Don't matter what you used to do. It doesn't matter what you've been through. You can always overcome any situation. Because I wasn't always a positive person. I was, kind of negative, but God turned me around. And even though you go through struggles, you come out on the other side, and the other side is always amazing. So I appreciate you guys for letting me get on. I'm usually very shy, but you guys made this comfortable for me. And this is my elevation right here. This is my elevation right here. Now I'm going to be able to speak just a little bit with a little bit a little bit more confidence. So
that's what we do, baby. Listen,
okay,
we elevate and we activate. Elevate and we activate.
Come on here. I love it.
Yes,
I love it.
I love it too. I appreciate you. I'm so happy that we finally got this done. I appreciate your patience as we were growing as MCs to this and creating great content for y'all. So I'm glad we got to share your story. And yes, like she said, tap in and get a book, y'all.
Tap in and get a book.
Sisters, man.
Get the book. Get the book.
$20.
Get the book. And
get the book.
Listen, for those of you so I can't hold mine up because mine is in this phone somewhere. So
I have these in either pink or green. So if you guys want
the pink.
Yeah, I like the pink too. But I'm so grateful. I'm so honored that you guys let me be a part of this. You have no idea. And this just, like I told you, it's giving me more confidence because I'm not a good speaker like that.
No, you did quite all right. We're gonna stay connected.
Yes.
And we have one more book we need to connect with that we'll be talking about in the group. Y'all go ahead and invite people to the Elevated Power book club, and we're gonna grow together. And on the screen, you can take down our email address. If you have any authors that want to get your book into a book club, want to be on the platform where we're connecting, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, we're going to be taking over everything, okay?
Come on.
Everything. Y'all see Sam's Elevated _thoughts 2018. His IG, my IG is The Power Within Shy, CHI. Listen, we are reading to elevate our thoughts while activating the power within. Okay,
come on.
This is what we do.
Message.
This is what we do. Okay.
Yes.
2022. I promise y'all, like no cap.
Come
y'all
on.
not ready for us.
Come on.
Nope.
Damn, they are not ready
just
for us.
fasten your seat. That's what I'm saying. Just fasten your seatbelts and just hold on. I ain't trying to get cliche, but Jesus take the wheel because big things in the works. I'm trying.
It's gonna happen.
Stay tuned.
Definitely.
Yep. Absolutely.
It's already happening.
Come on.
Thank you, Lachrisa. Big things in the works. I promise you.
Thank you.
Big things in the works.
I know it.
Keep going. Keep being dangerous. For real, for real. Thank you, everybody that's in the comments. Y'all the real MVPs.
Yes.
Because it wouldn't have been a show if we didn't have y'all helping elevate this sister like this.
Thank you guys
it's
so
okay
much.
for us, but actually having the people tuning in live, that made it real and organic. And I appreciate y'all, for real, for real.
Thank you guys.
Turn
Love
pound
y'all.
into power.
Activate.
Peace.